Good morning. Welcome to Renovate Mind Life Coaching. I'm your coach, Muhammad Hashmatullah Khan. Today, there is a very, very special topic for you. What's the name of that topic you want to know? The rules of mind. How our mind works. What are the rules governed by our mind and how it helps us to grow? Let's start it. Let's start with the blueprint. What is blueprint? Your every thoughts and words from a blueprint that your mind and body works makes your blueprint. So to make your reality, how your blueprint works, your mind and body together makes your reality, and that is your blueprint. Okay, the second steps to the your mind rule is rule number two. It talks about your strongest force is in human being. The strongest force in human being is that we must act in a way that consistently matches our thinking. So it's very important. Like our thinking should consistently matches with what is our action. So it is very important. Rule number three, it talks about what is thought and how it is affected in our day-to-day affairs. So every thought you think causes a physical reaction and an emotional response to it within you. So everything causes with an emotional response. So every thought is float into your body and causes an emotional response. So if you control your thinking, your emotions will also be controlled. So moving on to the fourth rule, and that is the imagination rule. What is imagination? Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. When dealing with your own emotions, your mind think about that. So it's very important. You should know your emotion and how it is working. So your imagination is based on your whole situation. So imagination is always worked. So you should know your imagination and all those stuff. Okay, moving on to okay. Next, move to the who win the battle between the emotions and your imagination. So, the emotions and logics. Who is going to win? Always, whenever you think about this, the battle between the emotion and logic, emotion always win. So, you should know about emotion. First, your thinking, which governs your emotions and feelings. And when there is a battle between your emotion and logic, always emotions win. You want to learn what's the next how your mind works on your thinking. Your minds always work with your thinking is your mind always does what it thinks you want to do it to do. Your mind works to more you from your pain and pleasure. So pain and pleasure is always important. And you have two choices. One is pain and pleasure. Either you are in pain or you are enjoying your pleasure. So your mind thinking is based on your pleasure or your pain. Next rule of mind is your mind is hardwired to resistance. What it means? Your mind is hardwired to your resistance. That means what is familiar to your mind and what is not familiar to your mind. So unfamiliar thinking, it returns back to you and it preserves the familiar thinking. So there are two things. One is familiar thinking and another one is unfamiliar thinking. So whatever familiar to your mind, it will return back to you. And what is not familiar to your mind, it will just vanish it. So it's very important you should know. Your mind responds to your pictures. So what is the linguistic of our mind? That is pictures, sounds, feelings, and all those stuff are very important to our mind. So our mind works on the basis of pictures. It makes pictures, it makes movies, and it works on the basis of that pictures. So it construct and word makes you similar to yourself. So it is very important. Your mind does not care what is happening to your good, bad, or healthy things. So your mind is always will not think what is bad, what is true, what is false, what is healthy, unhealthy, or right or wrong. It accepts only the words which comes from your mouth. It does not recognize bad or good. It's familiar and familiar is false or true. It only accepts whatever comes and it talks about your body. If you say it's false, it is false. It directly take whatever you say to your mind. So it's very important. You should give a positive words to your mind. Always, it is very very important. You makes your belief. So what is belief? Belief are the main structure, or you can say it's the filters which helps you to grow further. You make your belief, then your belief makes you. So then the universe makes it true for you. So whatever beliefs are there, there are the core filter in our body. So basically what it does, beliefs makes you later on. First you makes your belief, and then make belief will run you, or it makes you, and it returns to the universe. The universe make those beliefs real. So universe help you to make those beliefs real. The mind learns by repetition. So whatever beliefs comes, it repeats, and on the basis of repetition, your mind always started working on that. Moving on to the next law, what you present to your mind, it works. What you present to your mind will present back to you. So it's very important. Like what you present to your mind, that means you are giving something to your mind, and mind will return back to you. If you give good thing to your mind will return back to you good thing. If you give bad thing to your mind will return back to you good bad thing. So it's very important what you are giving, feeding to your mind. So always give great feeding to your mind. When dealing with your subconscious mind, what should be careful? When dealing with your subconscious mind, the greater the conscious effort, the less the subconscious effort. That mean what it means. The greater the conscious effect means, like if you are feeding more through conscious mind, so your unconscious mind start working less and less. So if you are in a position like unconscious, like persistent, when you are you are in autopilot life, so that will be a great time for you to work on that. Moving on to the next law. What is next law? Next law, the mind cannot hold conflict belief. So we usually have different type of beliefs. Some beliefs are conflict, some beliefs are not conflict. So whatever conflict belief or thoughts, that cancel each other out, and your mind only works in the present tense. So it is very important. You should know your mind is nullify the conflict belief and thought. If it goes together, the conflict belief and thought, it nullify altogether, and you will not be getting any output. So always you should know the conflict belief and try to reconcile with that, try to control or minimize those beliefs, and try to remove those beliefs. It is very important. We should know this importance of these beliefs. Coming to the next law, your mind does not recognize neutral words. Neutral words, what it means, neutral words. Like we used to say, we used to repeat no, don't, do not, can't, no, not, later, maybe, tomorrow. These all words are the neutral words. Our mind will not work on that. So we should be very careful. Your mind can only respond to the word that makes for it. Means it is if it is there for your mind, your mind will respond to that. And what is the language? As I said, your pictures, your movies are the vivid picture which you are giving. Those are the powerful responses to your mind. So it's very important. You should recognize what is there for your mind. So these are the few laws which I try to explain to you. So it is very important. You should know and try to practice and act accordingly. With this, it's the time to say bye. Thanks for listening. I'm your coach, Muhammad Ashmatullah Khan. Please uh, always connect with Renovate Mind Life Coaching. You will be getting such powerful and empowering videos now and then. Thanks for listening.